timeless song.
You're every woman in the world to me.
Air Supply with special guest Orleans. Tickets start at $33. On sale Saturday at the Soaring Eagle and Eagles Landing box offices or online at etix.com. Endless memories. Air Supply and special guest Orleans.
I want to be your partner.
Ladies, it's date night. Friday, January 21st at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort.
Even the nights are better since I found you.
Air Supply with special guest Orleans. Tickets on sale Saturday. Details at SoaringEagleCasino.com.
This flu season update is sponsored by Exergen. Getting your flu shot is important, but CBS News' Dr. Tara Narula says you should keep these tips in mind as well.
Hand washing, staying home if you're sick so you don't infect your colleagues, sneezing or coughing into a tissue, all of the things that we talk about to prevent spread of disease.
If you're checking for fever, the leading sign of COVID-19, beware of dangerously inaccurate non-contact thermometers. Instead, learn about Exergen at Exergen.com.
At the American Lung Association, we're fighting for a day when we can all breathe easier. We're fighting for clear skies over every city and healthy lungs throughout the country. We're fighting to free millions of Americans from the addictive grip of tobacco and the devastating effects of lung disease. The American Lung Association isn't just fighting for air, we're fighting for all the things that make it worth breathing, and we can use your help. See what you can do at fightingforair.org.
Now, the only locally produced farm radio show with agricultural news, information, interviews, in-depth weather, and more. It's Terry Henne and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly sunny good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you. Wherever you might be, we're once again broadcasting from Kansas City, Missouri, the site of the National Association of Farm Broadcasting annual meeting. This has been going on for about 78 years, they tell me, and quite a few years right here in the Crown Center, the Weston Crown Center location where we are. Excellent hosts, as they are each and every year. And, of course, a great bunch of folks with BASF who put everything together for us to broadcast here from the convention. We'll talk about what's going on here at the convention, and we'll take a look at the weather in just a moment. I understand we do have some sunshine up at Radio Center, and we do have sunshine out here in Kansas City. And Steve Anderson at Baird & Company will touch base with you firstly. As I understand it, it's kind of chilly in Saginaw town.
Chandler, did you lose?
Nope. Have you got me, Steve?
I do, Terry. Nice to hear you.
Gun.
For a while, I seemed to be in the abyss. I didn't know where Chandler had sent me. I just
you were in the O zone. That's where you were for.
Well, I'm back. Don't pay any ransom demands. I'm here.
Hey, there you go. I was leading into you by saying I understand it's a little chilly there, just like it is here in Kansas City. It looks as though the boys in New York, though, have been warming things up.
Well, they have on a mixed basis, like they're doing it today. Dow Jones Industrial Average is down 180 points, putting it at 35,691. Volume is 327 million shares. The NASDAQ is ahead, though, by 106, putting it at 16,099. Volume 410 million shares. Locally mixed. Caterpillar 201.36 down 6. Deere 350.54 up $6.61. CMS
tip of the day.
60.54. Oh, you want my tip, or do you want the rest of these?
No, I'll take the rest of those. Go ahead.
All right. CMS 60.52 up 7. Dow 56.56 down 142. DuPont 79.70 up 18. Corteva 47.83 down 84. GM 62.67 up 34. Trinzio 52.08 up are down 128. Walmart 143.48 up 32. Home Depot is 408.94. That's up $3.08.
So other than telling me not to interrupt you, what is your tip for the day?
No, your interruptions are usually well respected, so you're fine. You're fine.
Okay.
The tip of the day is, you're going to hear me say it multiple times between now and the end of the year, is make sure that you review your portfolio prior to year end, certainly maybe sooner than later, to try to decide what you may be able to do as far as affecting your taxes, your 2021 taxes, which is hard to believe we're doing those already almost. But many of them have taken quite a few gains. And sometimes people will only sell the winners and wind up with the things that aren't doing very well in their portfolio. Well, now would be the time to clear those out to help offset some of the gains, but more importantly, to be able to reallocate the assets to where you think they belong and perform better next year. So do that. There's a lot of concerns. Talk to your CPA and see if you should, if you need to, and make sure that you understand something called a wash sale. That means you like it, you sold it, and then you bought it back too soon. You got to not have it for 31 days. So there are things to be concerned about as you do it.
And we can get a hold of you. Pretty easy to find out about that wash sale. How do we do that, Steve?
Well, you call us right here at Baird & Company in Saginaw. The telephone number is 790-5724. Our Midland location is 839-9035. Of course, both of those have the 989 in front of them now. Or you can find us on the web at rwbaird, BAIRD.com, and look for the Saginaw branch or the Midland branch, whichever suits you.
Steve Anderson, you have a great day. Have a good weekend. We'll talk to you next week.
Will
okay?
you do the same? Thank you. Bye-bye.
You bet. Steve Anderson over at Baird & Company. Our broadcast brought to you today, as it has been all week, by the folks at the Frankenmuth Credit Union. They do have lines of credit, equipment loans, financing for purchasing land, credit cards, and more. You can find out how they can help you by contacting any of the branches or go online, frankenmuthcu.org. Our broadcast from Kansas City also brought to you by the folks at ACH Seeds. Whether your family farm has been passed down through generations or you're just starting out, knowledge and partnership fuel consistent growth along the way. As the legacy of your farm strengthens, shared values and a never-ending commitment do remain. ACH Seeds is proud to work with you to sustain your continued growth. This partnership, driven by a shared passion that never stops growing, is refined over time and cultivated in common ground. Contact your ACH Seed representative today and get ready for 2022. As far as our weather is concerned, 39 degrees at the airport, 41 at Radio Center. We do have a west breeze at 13, a wind chill of 31. The barometer is way up there, 30.45, and it continues to rise. We're under the influence of a high pressure, and we're going to remain that way for at least the next 24 hours. Unfortunately, we're not going to see the benefits of that high pressure system all that much longer. Thin clouds moving into the lower peninsula right now. As we go through the day, the thin clouds will begin to thicken up just a little bit, and we will be looking at mostly cloudy skies, and as a result, our temperature isn't really going to drop all that much. Now, we should work our way up to about 40 degrees, looking for low tonight of 32. Sun will set this evening at 5:08, rise tomorrow morning at 7:37. Cloudy skies tomorrow, 43 for a high, 34 for a low. Then on Sunday, the clouds are going to have a little moisture with it. We are looking for scattered showers around pretty much all day. A little bit better chance as we go through the day on Sunday. 43 is our projected high. 26 is going to be our low on Sunday night. Then on Monday, 35. Tuesday, 38. Wednesday, 42. And Thanksgiving Day, looking for a high of about 45 degrees with nighttime lows all the way through this period, the upper 20s to right around 30. If we are going to get any precipitation, as I said before, it'll be on Sunday. then a little bit of a break, and the day before Thanksgiving, we're looking for that chance of precipitation to pop up again. All the way through the 2nd of December. Can you believe this? We're talking December. Temperatures are going to be averaging at or slightly below. Precipitation values will be slightly below average during that time as well. That's a look at what's going on as far as our weather. I'll look at the markets in a moment. But first of all, we want to remind you, weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
Nutrient Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrient Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrientagsolutions.com.
They say there's a secret to growing a great crop. At Nutrient Ag Solutions, they beg to differ. It all starts with a strong foundation, and when it comes to fertilizer, there's no question that Titan XE drives dry fertilizer performance. They've been unlocking the potential in every prill of dry fertilizer with biocatalyst technology for over a decade. Visit lpi.ag/Titan or contact your Nutrient Ag Solutions crop consultant to drive your crop's potential today. Farm Service is brought to you by the folks at Tri-County Equipment. Winter knows no limits, which means you shouldn't either. Built exclusively for utility vehicles, the Western Impact heavy-duty UTV snowplows are professional-grade plows that are built to go anywhere that demands Western-grade performance. Constructed from high-strength, low-alloy steel components, both models feature an easy-on, easy-off UTV mounting system and removable receiver brackets for exceptional ground clearance. Check them out today. Matter of fact, when you're talking John Deere in Michigan's Thumb, as well as Saginaw, Reese, and Birch Run, you are talking Tri-County Equipment working harder, doing more. We say good morning to Gary Kaufman. Gary, as we end the week, what are we looking at?
Well, we're looking at some mixed markets again, Terry. That seemed to be the trend for the week. So I'm kind of seeing choppy trade overall throughout the week here. But currently, we got wheat back on the plus side after a plus and a negative and back to the positive again. Here we go. So, but anyways, let's call it up a nickel on the cash at $7.90 on the white, $7.55 on the red, Terry. Looking at next year, 2022, up a nickel as well at $8.25 on the white, $7.65 on the red. Cash corn currently down a penny at $5.22. New crop for next year actually up a penny at $4.99. Cash soybeans currently unchanged at $11.98. And new crop for next year, let's call that up a penny, Terry, at $11.85.
Boy, kind of a snoozer here for a Friday.
Yeah, sort of is. But, the market in general, we're kind of watching some of the managed money crowd that continues to work it through some inflationary concerns, and some of that, when that concern comes place, they move money into the commodity markets, and the grains is part of that. So, nothing new as far as what's moving the market, Terry, for the most part. In wheat, we're watching Australia's crop harvest down there, and they're experiencing some wet conditions, and we're looking at dryness in the southern plains here in the States. And then the soybeans, kind of the market movers again, as China purchases, how much they're going to purchase. They're down from last year versus this year. And, the rapid planting pace in Brazil and some beneficial rains has got that crop off to a fast start. So there going to be some competitiveness there here in the short future. And, of course, the corn market's been seeing both sides all week, and the ethanol industry is driving a lot of the gains on that side with some, good usage there. And on the flip side of that is, exports are lagging a little bit. So we're just kind of fighting those battles on all those commodities as we move through the week, and we'll see what happens in the short trade week next week, Terry. So
I would imagine there'd be a little ethanol demand, given the fact that the gas prices have been doing what they've been doing.
Oh yeah, there's looking at USDA, it could be as much as the last numbers I've looked at, Terry, 150 million bushels could be understated on corn for ethanol usage here on the last USDA report. So, that could be some positive news coming on the corn for the next report as we move forward.
Hey, that's what I was wondering. The next report, these reports have been, they've had little fireworks with them. Now, when's the next one?
Well, the next one, don't have it at the tip, but I'm thinking it might be the 9th of December, I believe it is. Could be, Terry.
Okay. So right around there, about that second Tuesday or whatever, or Monday of the month.
Yeah, I'll look it up
Yeah,
here, and I'll confirm that on Monday. So.
Yeah, let me see. I think, it might be, because now it's Fridays, right? That's when those babies come out. Is it Thursdays, Fridays? Something like that.
Let's see here. When is that report? I'm trying to look through my numbers here. I got it real
right
close.
around
December 9th. December 9th is the next crop production report, Terry. And
right around there is when I think Thumb Ag Day, they're going to have virtual this year, and I believe that's December the 8th. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Thumb Ag Day is December the 8th, so that ought to make anticipation there just prior to the report. That ought to make that little session interesting this year.
It could very well be, yeah, for sure. So
yep, I think so. You take care. Have a good weekend.
December 9th. Yep, you too. Thanks, Terry.
There we go. Okay, you bet, Gary. Gary Kaufman over at Star of the West. To Oppenheimer, we go with Doug Klein. The market report brought to you by Schaefer and Beerline. If you're looking for a new Ram commercial truck or van, get it from a dealer that's been around since 1852. They know trucks and vans, so buy with confidence from the dealer where family and service sells cars. They are the Great Lakes Bay Area's certified ag dealer, Schaefer and Beerline. And by Thumb Bank, serving the needs of farmers for well over 125 years. Give them a call today or stop by any of their locations. They got 2 in Bay City, also in Cass City, Caseville, Pigeon, and Bad Axe. Thumb Bank, where relationships are built on trust. We say good morning, Doug Klein. Doug, what's going on?
Well, it looks like the big moves are in energy today. Crude oil down almost 4%, gasoline down 4%, heating oil down 4.5%. I don't know what's going on. It seems like they're talking about a resurgence of the COVID, lockdown where we don't drive anymore. But I don't know. I'm kind of skeptical. I think they might be setting up a bear trap. So be careful if you're betting against the price of crude oil. We got some pretty rich people that really, really, really would like to see it go to 100. So I would be afraid to bet against them. But anyway, gasoline is $2.20, so that kind of justifies maybe $2.85. So, like I said, we're kind of being played on that one too. And wheat was up almost 1%, but really couldn't hold on to it. It's up 0.6% now. Could have something to do with the strength in the Canadian dollar, or the weakness, I should say, in the Canadian dollar, strength of the U.S. dollar. So here's your numbers. December corn is 5.72 1/4, down 0.75 penny. The March corn is 5.79, down 1/4 penny. January soybeans 12.65 3/4, up 0.5 penny. The March soybeans 12.77, also up 0.5 penny. The December wheat 8.24 3/4, up 4 3/4, and the March wheat is 8.35 3/4, up a nickel. Crude oil is 75.30, down $3.11. Heating oil is $226.59, down 11 cents. Gasoline $219.89, down 9.5 cents. And natural gas is $5.01. That is up 1.5 pennies. Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar gets you $1.2631 at the border. That's 31 ticks higher. The yen is at 113.80, down 44 ticks. The euro is at 113.12, down 57 ticks. And then the dollar's at 95.81. That's up 26.5 ticks. Gold's at 1859.70, down $1.70. Silver's at 24.95, up a nickel. Platinum's at 1041.50. That's down $15.
Have a good weekend, Doug.
Yep, you too.
Talk to you again. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. We had the opportunity this past week to talk to a young lady who's a native of the Great Lakes Bay region. She's a pretty busy lady. She's all over North America. She talks to a lot of farmers. She has a lot of insight as far as production is concerned. I'm talking about Stephanie Zelenko. She works with AgriLiquid. And they had a booth here at the Trade Talk at NAFB. We had a chance to talk to Stephanie, and we asked her, first of all, what is she telling growers right now?
Well, we're talking about fertilizer and what the fertilizer market is doing and how critical it is for growers to understand that soil right now to make good management decisions going in for next cropping season.
So what are we telling our producers?
You know, price has been a question. Our commodity prices are up, but also our input prices are going up. So get that soil test, understand what those values mean, and then work with somebody. We have a group of trained agronomists and salespeople, and we'll look at that soil test for you, figure out where those holes are, and look at what nutrients going to give you that best return on that fertilizer dollar investment.
What nutrients, in your opinion, are probably the most important that producers should not do without?
Well, all nutrients are going to be important. So looking for those holes on the soil test is probably key. But the ones that we see, you know, in the area being limiting are our micronutrients. So manganese is one that's really low. Zinc can be low. And sulfur tends to be one that's low across the country. So that shows a really good return on that investment.
What have we noticed over the years with the newer hybrids? Anything in particular that's created maybe some changes in what you think should be applied to those?
One thing we have noticed with changes in hybrids is they need a lot more potassium. And so I don't know if it's the change in the hybrid or the yield potential out of them. And so we were used to be happy with 150 bushel corn. You know, now guys want 180, 200, 250. So they're going to need more nutrients of everything. But in, you know, the Michigan area, potassium tends to be one that's really limiting and shows up deficient pretty early on some hybrids.
How many acres do you folks involve yourself with when it comes to your research?
Our research facility has almost 1,000 acres that we do research on in Michigan. And then I'm in charge of our field research across the country. So we encompass a lot of different farms at contract sites, universities, and then grower fields across the U.S.
So where are you heading from here?
Well, from here I get to head home, but my next trip is going to be Baltic, South Dakota.
What kind of conditions have they had? Has it been that dry up there?
They have. I actually talked to our sales rep in South Dakota, and they've had a really dry year, and it continues to be dry through harvest. They had a couple rainfall events that made harvest a little bit challenging, but overall they've had a pretty dry season.
By contrast, another part of the country, not the same?
No part of the country is the same, but you know, drought was pretty much uniform across the U.S. The southeast, you know, Tennessee and south has been really, really wet. So they would probably be kind of the opposite side of things this year.
So looking forward to 2022, other than the cost of everything, are we going to be able to get what we'd like to get?
That tends to be the question everybody's asking. And my advice is, you know, get the supply as soon as possible. You know, on my husband's farm, we've always been at the standpoint, you know, if we have in possession, whether it's seed or chemical, we're going to be safer. And so that's my advice for other people is, you know, take advantage of early buying opportunities and get that supply as soon as you can on your farm. Or if you can't get supply, then work with somebody for in-season applications. So we can still do side dress or Y drop foliar applications and get those nutrients out later in the season if need be.
Hi, Deb. Another weekend, more youth baseball. Where's Jerry?
He wanted to come, but he's busy battling brown beet fields.
Cercospora?
Yeah, he went out to spray again. Is your crew spraying?
Just a few times. It's a sea of green this year.
You're kidding.
No, we tried that new CR Plus trait developed by KWS, and it's like night and day.
Really? Wow. You should text Jerry. He needs a new plan.
Maybe I'll just send some pics from the game. He'll get the message. KWS CR Plus trait is licensed to Beta Seed and Crystal Brand Seed.
Life beyond the gravitational pull of the city requires a can-do attitude. It takes versatility to accomplish all that needs to be done, and enough power to never get in over your head. The Kubota L-Series tractor pulls up its bootstraps, hooks up to its many attachments, and gets the job done right. That's why it's the #1 selling compact tractor in America. Kubota, shape your world.
The new gas-powered Kubota Sidekick is the first utility vehicle of its kind. With the freedom to roam at 40 miles per hour and the power to haul whatever needs hauling, it's where durability meets speed, built to get the job done right. with acceleration and handling that blur the line between work and fun. Kubota. Shape your world.
Test drive the Sidekick today. See Kim Weiss at Lingo Equipment, 3001 Sawyer Drive along I-75 at the M81 Carroll exit, just south of the Zilwaukee Bridge at Saginaw. Call Kim today at 989-754-7801 or email at k.weiss@lingo1.com.
Incidentally, we had the opportunity not only to talk to Stephanie this week and feature her today, but she will become a regular feature every Friday here on Farm Service, beginning the first Friday in December, as Stephanie Zelenko joins our team of experts talking about agriculture. One thing that we do want to pass along here just quickly, there is going to be the Organic Cover Crop Field Day that is scheduled for tomorrow, beginning at 10, going until 1. It's going to be over in the Caro area at 1636 West Darby Road. If you'd like more information on it, you can still get a hold of the MSU Extension Office over in Tuscola County. Again, that is scheduled for tomorrow, beginning at 10. Along with me, Chuck Cervinsky from Maple Hill Nursery in Midland. Chuck, with this colder weather moving in, there is a product that we can use to hopefully protect some of these plants, isn't there?
Yes, and it's called Wilt Proof, and I'm sure many have heard of that. It's an old product that's been around for a long time, and it's a natural, non-toxic plant protector that's sprayed on plants to protect them from winter kill and sun scald, salt damage, and basically drying out. It's primarily used on evergreens such as boxwood, our yews, rhododendrons, and azaleas, as well as a host of many others. And to be successful with it, it must be used correctly. You want to use it as long as it doesn't freeze on the foliage while you're spraying it. So today would be a good day to spray it. And you're going to want it to spray the tops and bottoms of the foliage on the plant, whether it be needles or leaves, and always allow it to dry outdoors in the daylight for 3 to 4 hours after applying it. And one application will last the winter season 3 to 4 months. And in the spring, rains will normally wash off any residue that's left from it, but it's always a good idea to get the garden hose out and wash plants off, but it really does work and helps protect plants.
I've had good luck with it. Now, I have had some people tell me that they thought it burned the plant just a little bit. Could it be that they didn't spray at the opportune time?
It could be. Not spraying at the opportune time and mixing it a little bit too strong will do that as well.
Okay, so for more information and how to get that correct application, they can get a hold of you. How do they do that?
They can give us a call here at the store at 989-835-4708 or visit our website, www.maplehillmidland.com.
Chuck Cervinsky, thanks a lot. We don't have a chance to talk to you before. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family, okay?
You as well.
Thank you. Chuck Cervinsky, Maple Hill Nursery over in Midland. We'll be right back.
Farming can seem pretty straightforward, but you know it's anything but that. The same can be said for every seed you plant. While seemingly simple, that little blue seed represents a symphony of breeding adjustments and science, orchestrated to deliver the right traits for your region and engineered for 2021. When you partner with Beta Seed's breeding team, planting doesn't represent the beginning. Instead, it serves as the latest chapter of a trusted partnership that has been over 50 years in the making. Beta Seed. Breeding confidence.
The Michigan Agribusiness Association Educational Trust recently awarded scholarships to 7 Michigan students planning to enter the agricultural industry. The scholarships offered through the Educational Trust totaled nearly $10,000. Included in that list was Brett Dumas over in the Deckerville area, Allison Holdwick of Harbor Beach, Kyle Rolfe of Chesaning, Claire Kabaki in Bay City, and Abby Bauer in Vassar. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Back at 12:30 with an update, so you stick around. Now we conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem.
From the Stone Specialist Studios, this is WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW FM, Carlton.